There they go into the back. The blue line on. We have a race, and Satnova's beaten Pure Steel out by a length and a half.
Welcome to Talking Trots, hosted by Morts and Michael Radley on Tab Radio, Racing and Sport.
The sensational Sydney sider, Seals to Sam, comes off the back straight. He's a bucket load of alliteration, this fellow.
Scott Bomber Hill will join the boys to look at the Friday night meeting at Gloucester Park, and Hayden King will find the winners for the weekend's racing.
Here comes Quinny. I'm the mighty Queen is 4 deep and letting go.
Sit back and enjoy Talking Trots with Morts and Michael Radley.
I'm the mighty Queen is just in front. Dasher VC can do no more, and the West Australian champion has done it again.
Yes, hello and welcome to Talking Trots for another big edition, and really excited about the episode tonight as we talk all things harness racing. A big week in harness racing, good racing on Friday night, then Pinjarra on Monday. The mile day was outstanding racing, good crowd on track, and plus in between those two race days we had the awards night on Saturday night, and some very well-deserved winners, and we'll be actually talking to one of the winners tonight in Deni Roberts, who got an Excellence Award for her performance last season, where she drove over 200 winners, the first WA-based female to do so. So we'll chat to Deni. Big book of drives this Friday night on the back of winning the Mount Eden Sprint at Pinjarra on Monday. But it's time to welcome in Glen Mortimer. How are you, Morts?
Evening, Michael. Great to be back again. I think this could be 4 in a row. So that's
We're breaking all records.
some sort of record.
We might even have listener records, because I've had a few people tell me they
listen.
They listen. So
Which is good to hear. So
yeah, if I could add up, would be okay.
that means it's more than 10. You got toes, you know.
Yeah, I don't take shoes off. You know that, Morts.
True. Too long to get the 2 pairs of socks off.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good night for our man Scott Bomber Hill last Friday night at Gloucester Park, finishing up 3 units, and a great start to Ollie, aka Pike in the Last, who kicked off with 2 winners from 3 bets. As always, it was a great night of racing last Friday at Gloucester Park. Celesio Matuka toughed it out in the breeze and was too strong for the short price favourite. Gee, that was a good win, Michael. Very strong. Turned the page. Did a stack of work to get to the breeze before proving too strong for them, home in 29 and 28.7. Well driven by tonight's guest. Bit of a stroll around the park for Penny Tiger in the 4th. He is going to be a real contender in some of the big races coming up, Michael. Ira Poole got a bit of a running start there thanks to Junior. Was too good to them. Too good for them. And Mighty Ronaldo, great to see him back in the winner's circle. Not his usual racing pattern, but nonetheless got the win. Akuto got the draw and made the most of it. Easy lead and went on to win. And good old Tubbs Barquhar got an easy lead and stayed there. Aldebaran Sundown was lonely in the end by winning the Trots. Raced 24 metres, and then you came along was too strong for a very small, talented field. Gloucester Park Friday night, double to Team Bond, also a double to Gary Hall Jr. and Stewie McDonald. Friday night at Bunbury, a treble to Sarah Wall and to Jocelyn Young, which was a great effort, and a double to Toby Lynn. Monday at Pinjarra, and you briefly touched on that. What an outstanding meeting that was. There was some great competitive racing all day, some very close finishes, and a double to Team Bond, and a double to my man Trent Wheeler, Deni Roberts, and a treble to Kyle Symington. And Tuesday at Narrogin, Emily Savelko kicked off with a double and Chris Voke with a double. So very big week of harness racing as always, Michael.
It has been, and what's also congratulations to the winners at the Rava Awards. A Magnificent Storm named Horse of the Year after his
Pacing Cup
victory at the end of the year.
Not just his Pacing Cup.
But his body of work in 2023.
He's still the best pacer in WA.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, he's on the sideline, but
he is the best pacer
certainly the
in WA.
benchmark for WA Pacing.
Certainly is.
So a big night at the Crown. Congratulations to all the winners, and including yourself, Morts, with Never Ending. And we'll get to the news about Never Ending. I'm sure everyone's heard about it a little bit later on.
Yeah, look, it was a great night, the awards night, and there were some great awards given out, some good entertainment.
It was a good night.
Yeah.
Really good night.
Aidan
And great, tell you what,
Campo
the
and
host did a great job. Tim Gossage and Matty Young.
Did a great job. Yeah.
Tim didn't overplay his hand. Let Matt be Matt and interview all the participants, and Matt did a great job. And
I thought Matt did an outstanding job.
I think it ran really smoothly. And Goss is a big harness fan. He does listen to the show.
Oh, that's another one.
And he's got shares in horses. His filly that he bought at the sales with Ryan Bell ran second in the sales classic earlier in the year. But it was a really great night.
It was. As I said, we had some entertainers up on stage with Aidan and his big crew. They were up for a good night, as always, which was good. So, no, it was a really good night, and some deserved winners on the evening. And like you said, the Excellence Award to Deni Roberts, and Emily picked up an award as well. So, great night. Really good. Enjoyed it. And lots of good industry people there just enjoying the night.
Well, it's time to get to our special guest, Deni Roberts, who's had a big couple of days. Let's go back to Monday first of all. The Mount Eden Sprint, first time run at Pinjarra. It was a great field assembled. There was 10,000 on the line if they could break the 150. The pressure was on all the way, and I tell you what, it was a great drive for Deni to get home Ideal Agent. Here is Ideal Agent picking up a very gallant swing blade.
And they share the front, running on the turn. Into third is Ideal Agent on the outsider, Jumping Jack Mack, and then comes Valentine's Brook. What's Up Sunshine? Swing Band and Laverajo. Swing Band and Laverajo going stride for stride. Jumping Jack Mack. Ideal Agent's chiming in. It's Swing Band with a kick on Laverajo, but Ideal Agent coming at him. Oh, it's another photo. Ideal Agent and Swing Band have photo finished with Laverajo.
Yeah, I think it got Matt out of his chair on the line, and it got right on the line. Ideal Agent to pick up Swing Band, and his driver joins us now, Deni Roberts. Deni, congratulations on the win. It was certainly a wonderful performance on Monday.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, Glenn. It was great. He's obviously come back from a tendon injury. It's been a bit of a progress to get him back to the races, and I've been really happy with all his runs back, and it was nice for him to get a little feature on the board.
And the form line's been franked because behind Minchell in the Pinjarra Cup, I thought he was just about the run of the race with making a few moves and still being there at the end.
Yeah, definitely. He made probably 3 runs in the race and burnt hard out the gate too. He did a power of work and still finished off late. So that run was probably his best, and then he got to capitalise on a pretty quick tempo on Monday early, and it set up nicely for him.
It was a very quick tempo, and we spoke about earlier on how good the day was at Pinjarra. How did you enjoy the day? All the 1,684 metre starts. There was certainly plenty of pressure throughout most races.
Yeah, it was good. I think the 1,600 metre races there is probably better than it is at Gloucester Park. Just the bigger track, and it seemed to have a lot of action all day. And it was good. Bit of change to do something like that. The day was quite good, and I definitely liked having the sprint there. It's really nice to have them free-for-allers get to go around that track as well.
Yeah, I think even Michael will agree that the mile racing at Pinjarra is certainly better than the 1,730 metre at Gloucester Park, and it was a pretty spectacular day. It was a great race. There was some very good horses in there, and just managed to get the split at the right time to get up and get the money.
Yeah, obviously going into it with my draw, it's very hard, and thought they'd be running too. Didn't really like my chances, to be honest, and then after a few 100 metres, I was liking them a lot more, and I probably lobbed a lot closer than I thought I was going to as well, and there was a really strong headwind down the back. I knew they weren't going to be able to crack the 50. It was just too strong for them to try and run that time. But yeah, we got some cover down the back and just got to peel out down the straight. And yeah, he got to the line good. I didn't actually think I'd won. He's quite a small horse, Ideal Agent. I couldn't quite see Kyle from where Laverajo was. So yeah, it was a bit of a long warm down for Kyle and I. But yeah, it was good to see my number when I come round.
The biggest issue you have at the moment, Deni, is there's just so many horses, really good horses going so well in the Bond stable with Minstrel, Ideal Agent, and of course you've got Tenzing Bromac coming back, so stable's absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah, no, they are. We've got a really good crop of free-fallers and our 3-year-olds as well. We've got 4 or 5 3-year-olds that are all probably top class, so it's making my life a little bit hard at the moment because there's not much between them, so trying to pick which one's going to win is is a little bit difficult. But yeah, I guess it's a good problem to have.
I was going to say there'll be plenty out there that would like to share those problems. But Deni, you received an award on Saturday night, and deservedly so. 582 wins, Group 1 success, only 28 years of age, and your season win percentage this year is 24%. You must pinch yourself sometimes. Plus, you drove over 200 winners the last season. You must pinch yourself. Just, it's rolling along so nice for you.
Yeah, last season was definitely my breakout season for sure. Obviously, getting the opportunities at Greg and Skies, that definitely helped that along a lot. But it was just nice to be able to. I knew that I could achieve and sort of goals that I did last year. It's just obviously needing the horsepower and the confidence of Greg and Sky and me to, prove that I could do it and to be able to show it. So, it was as I was sort of achieving the goals, you don't really look at it as a whole. And then once you sort of sit down and receive an award like that, it really makes it all sink in and actually realise, what a season it was.
In 2022, you were so close to the 100 mark. You got 98. Did that just missing out on that milestone spur you on to achieve what you did in 2023?
Yeah, I think so. I was very hungry to get that 100. It was a long last few weeks, and it got so close. And I remember Ryan Warwick actually told me, he was like, "Stop worrying about it. Next year you could come out and drive 200." It was quite funny. I'll never forget that. And come out and had a season like that. So the way I felt about that 98 doesn't mean too much now.
No, he's a very switched on individual, Ryan Bell. He knows what's going on, and he was certainly spot on the mark there about his prediction. And already you've driven 30 winners to start this season off, and hopefully, Deni, on Friday night it continues. You've virtually got a full book of drives, and we'll kick off. We'll go in order. You're driving for Michael Young. You don't drive for Michael too often because normally he's got Junior and a few others, but you're jumping on Let It Linger in the first. Yeah,
pretty much when Madison and Junior are busy, I'll get a call up, so that's okay. But Let It Linger. I've drove her a few times back in this time, but she's hasn't had any luck. This is the first draw she's got. Freewheeling looks like it's got pretty good gate speed. It's probably not the strongest free-for-all mares race you'll see. So, she might take her chances out in front. It looks like we'll probably just drop in behind her and, hopefully be thereabouts at the finish.
And then in the second, you're aboard Feeling Aces once again, drawn the barrier too. This is you've got a great draw in what is a very, very open race there. How do you assess your chance there?
Yeah, definitely. He's been racing really well, Feeling Aces, in the stand. The mobile, I think over the short trip won't bother him at all. The one's a little bit hit and miss off the gate, so he'll probably have to try and press forward pretty hard there. But like you said, there's a few Thompson Bays racing really well. Rock and Roll Sass has hit her peak. They've all got gate speed, so it'll be a pretty good race, that one. A little bit hard to map, but if he could find the rails, he'd definitely be a chance.
And then in race 3, once again for Michael Young, October Rain got a good draw. The one, Hoppy's Way, as we know, is very quickly out, and the Mike Reid stable is going along beautifully. Last start winner, Celesio Matuka on your outside. You've got the Mickey Taker, who just never, ever gives it away. Then Finvara out wide, and Armour Einstein. That's a very, very strong race.
You notice he left out El Chema as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did you sell Chema there?
Oh, he's in the field. There you go. I didn't realise that. It's going to be an interesting race. How do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, a lot of class here and a lot of in-form horses. These are almost most tricky because it's really whoever gets the right run, because they're all good enough. So, look, Hoppy's Way's got the draw. It's obviously a very good front runner. Obviously, first up from a spell, not be 100% where it's at, but if it's right, it'll take some beating for sure. So, yeah, my job looks pretty easy there. Probably just tuck in behind him. But, yeah, very classy field. It'll be a very good race, that one.
Yes, some horses racing in very good form. Now, in the next...
We're starting to get to the horses we want to talk about, Deni.
Yes, in the next...
Okay.
The horses that are returning.
Yes, and here's one that is returning. This is a very smart horse, Tenzing Bromac. We still haven't seen the best of him yet, and you would think that this could potentially be, the season for him to break out. Hasn't drawn all that well out there in Barrier 8. Got a couple of nice horses underneath you. Obviously, Hampton Banner's very quick out. Blitzen By, What's Up Sunshine, Tricky Mickey. So it's a nice field, but you're on a very nice horse there in Tenzing Bromac. Is he ready to run a good race first up?
Yeah, I think so. His work at home's been very good. Him and Still the Show have been working up together, and we're pretty happy with him going forward. I took him to the trials the other day for a jump out, and he was very happy to be back. He was very strong, and this time in, he's really matured into a nice horse now. He looks big and strong in his body, and I definitely think this is going to be his campaign for sure. He's got that little bit of X factor about him, so. How I drive him, probably just have to assess that one out there, obviously. We've got a few nice horses in at Hampton Banner's, obviously very quick, and a few form horses as well, Blitz and By coming back. So, yeah, look, he's very versatile. I can sort of drive him to however the race pans out, but, yeah, just pretty excited to be back behind him.
Where does he sit in the Bond team, Deni? Obviously, well, at the moment, I think Greg and Sky have said Minstrel's probably number one at the moment, the way he's going, and it's hard to argue. And we've got Ideal Agent, Tenzing Bromac. Geez, he was really good in the Pacing Cup, his last start performance, where he did a lot of work outside the leader and was still fighting for one of those placing positions. Yeah,
he's so tough, this horse. He'll just go for as long as you ask him, and he's definitely right up there. I think him and Minstrel are definitely our top two for sure. But I think, we know Minstrel and we know how good he is. I think Tenzing, we might just see an even better version of him this time. And, yeah, if that's the case, he'll definitely be trying to take that top spot for sure. But, yeah, we've got a pretty high opinion of both them horses, and it's a bit hard to split them at the minute.
Now, the next race, I'll ask you this because the co-host has got a real interest in the next race. Lusaka, he's been at the top of his age group throughout his career and run some great races. He returns to the race night tomorrow night against Never Ending in the Pro Chevalier 4-year-old Classic. It's a good field. All is well is going really well. Hotly Pursued is racing in great form. And, of course, the star Never Ending returns. How's Lusaka ready for his first up performance?
Yeah, no, he's definitely ready to go. He had a soft trial just to get the miles into his legs pretty much. And then his work in between that was fantastic. We were really happy with him, and he races quite well fresh. So, yeah, not really worried about fitness sides of things with him. Yeah, look, all is well. He didn't used to get out the gate that well, but that seems to have improved, unfortunately for us. But we've got pretty good gate speed as well. So 2,500, yeah, it's a very nice small field, but a lot of talent. So, yeah, might have to just drive this one off the seat of my pants. But, yeah, if he happened to find the rail, he'd definitely, give never-ending something to chase.
He certainly is a very nice horse, Lusaka. Always had a lot of time for him. And first up over the 25, same as Never Ending, against a couple of horses that have been in good form. It really should be a good race, the Cephs Pro Chevalier 4-year-old classic. Now in race 6, the return of Steal the Show. First up in a stand over 2,500 metres here. I think he's well placed in this. What are your thoughts off the 10 metres there, Deni? I just think he's, really well placed first up here.
Yeah, it does look a good race for him first up. His work's been really good. He's ready to go as well. So it is a little bit sticky for him early. Obviously, Hector and Luca have got the front line, and they look like they'll get to the front and breeze. So, where we get too early, hopefully we don't end up too far from them. He steps pretty well, so he shouldn't be. Also got Ardent Horizons as well. So there's a few nice horses in there that are in form, but he does have a lot of class on his side. And, if he can get a nice run through him early, you'll definitely see him there at the finish.
So it's probably the best quality stand start we've seen in a long time. And you'd see a lot of these horses trying to progress to the Easter Cup. Is that possibly where Steal the Show's going?
Yeah, I think so. We've obviously got the Governor's Cup and then the Fremantle Cup. They're probably on his radar. But yeah, the way he steps, I'm not sure what his handicap would be in an Easter Cup, but he flies the stand. So yeah, if that was suited to him, then definitely he could go there.
And in race number 8, the draw hasn't been as kind to you. Out there in Barrier 9, little bit of fun for Julie O'Neill. Might be a tough assignment out there.
Yeah, it does. He's a horse that needs to be up on speed, and yeah, I don't think we're going to get there from there. So he might just be going around with him on Friday, but he's actually racing well. He's starting to improve. So yeah, if we can find a better race and a better draw, it might be one to follow then.
And driving again for Julie O'Neill in race number 9, Seek and You Shall Find. Got a nice draw, chance of getting a nice run and perhaps running into the place?
Yeah, he's a good place chance from there. He'll obviously have to take a sit on what gets to him first. And yeah, he'll just follow the speed all day. So yeah, hopefully he can hang on for a place there, but yeah, perfect draw for him. And
we end the night with a very nice but small field. Waterloo, of course, in great form for Mike Reid, and Shannon Savelko has drawn the one as a short price favourite. Exceptional armour, Leonora Jane. It's a really nice field. You're on Inner Wink, gate 4. Nice field. Probably go single file. How do you see it playing out?
Yeah, it probably looks that way early. The small field, especially 2,100. Exceptional armour, obviously we know she's your breeze horse. She will be there at some stage. And Lenora Jane and Copycat Queen have been in really good form as well. So, yeah, we just probably look to slot in there early and probably can't get too involved with them. Obviously, Waterloo and Exceptional Armour have got the draws over us. So we probably just need a little bit of action there somewhere, someone to have a look at someone, and that might bring us into it. But if not, she's probably just a place chance from that draw.
Now, out of a great book of drives, what's the best, Deni?
The best, I'll have to go either. I'm going to go Tenzing Bromac.
Tenzing Bromac.
I was hoping you were going to say Lusaka.
Behave, Michael.
I didn't want to stir Morts up too much.
Thank you, Deni.
That's my
Thank
job.
you very much.
Deni, thanks for your time. Congratulations on all your success, culminating in the award on Saturday night, but it just seems to continue. You're driving in fantastic form, and it's an exciting time for not only you but the stable with all these class horses coming back, and it's great to see them back as well. So, Deni, thanks for your time, and we'll see you at the track on Friday night.
No worries. Thank you. See you later.
Got Deni Roberts there. Not too many driving better than Deni Morts.
Definitely not, Michael. She's
like you mentioned the drive on the filly, the mare now. Turn the page. It was an outstanding drive. Just the way that Deni rated and then waited for the right time to press the button and put the leader to the sword. It was and that's not out of the ordinary for Deni. The way she rates horses and decisions she makes in the run has gone to another level in the last year or two.
Yeah, she's certainly no one-trick pony.
No,
she's a great driver. She's a great driver. Look at the drive on Minstrel in the Pinjarra Cup. Gave no other horse a chance. That drive on Turn the Page. So whether she's in front, whether she's got to make a decision mid-race to come around and do some work and then rate them, or coming from back in the field, she really has it all. Yep. And to drive over 200 winners in a season, Michael, that's unbelievable. Yep. And at only 28 years of age, 582
Normally
winners.
Gets a mention on your highlighted sheet weekly.
She did. Actually, I just got to check, did Shannon have the week off, did he?
Not on there.
First time.
Okay.
For a long time. But no, Deni is normally on the list. Outstanding form, and it was great to see her win that award. Very deserved.
Now, big week for you and the team. Started off Friday night with Mighty Ronaldo.
Now, how good was
bouncing back to form. Was a great performance. Great drive from Emily.
Super drive. So pleased for the horse.
Yeah.
Because he'd
been going so well.
And he'd had some horror draws, but that was an excellent drive by Emily.
And we'll hear about it in just a moment. But it was really good, and the class proved in the end. But it was an outstanding performance. Then Saturday night awarded 3-year-old Colton Gilding of the Year with Never Ending. And then Tuesday, the big announcement, Morts, which no doubt you've been working on in the background, that Ladbrokes, once Magnificent Storm, couldn't take his place. They needed another horse to find the slot, and Ladbrokes, or Entain, have picked up Never Ending for the next 2 years in the Nullarbor, which must be really pleasing for you. And the team, that they've got faith in the rising star to lock him up for a horse that actually hasn't raced in the open grade yet.
Correct.
But we know his ability. But congratulations, and it's obviously great to secure a spot for him.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. It was a big thrill. Obviously not in the circumstances that we would like.
No.
We'd all love to have Magnificent Storm, who is the best horse in WA, racing in the Nullarbor. But, look, it was great to be able to get a deal done with Ladbrokes, and really excited about it and looking forward to it. It's going to be a big step for him, but...
Well, when you bought him, there was no slot races around.
No. At
the yearling sales. Now you're in the Nullarbor worth 1.25. You're in a slot, and you're also secured a slot for the $2.1 million Eureka in Sydney in September, which is obviously his two main aims. And then you've got the Retrovision Golden Nugget and the 4-year-old races after that. If he, or a Pacing Cup if he wants to go that way, depending on where he's at with Justin.
Yeah, exciting times.
Yeah.
Great.
Racing's changed a lot in the 3 or 4 years since you've picked him up.
But great group of owners, and excited to be able to share that with them. It's great for Justin Prentice, obviously, to have a horse in the race, and then off to the Eureka. So it's very exciting.
Now, and also, you have a slot in the Nullarbor yourself with JP Pacing.
Correct.
So you've got a couple of options there as well.
Yeah, look, we do. Obviously,
including Mighty Ronaldo.
Yeah, Mighty Ronaldo and Tricky Mickey, and I mean they're two completely different horses. One's a bit more versatile, being Tricky Mickey, and has shown some good gate speed. And as we know at Gloucester Park, it's a bonus. And then you've got the giant killer in Mighty Ronaldo,
who's just a winner.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And we know
in big races he is.
Yeah, but he does need the race, but. Which horse doesn't? But, he does need the race run to suit. But, if it is run to suit, we know that he can beat most horses going around. So, we'll have a look at that over coming weeks and obviously see how they hold their form over the next fortnight or so before we make a call.
The other thing is the Mount Eden sprint also really announced Swing Band.
He was
as a horse that can really compete at this top echelon of horses. He was big.
Always thought he was a really good horse, but he just, in my mind, he went to another level in that race. His form, even from his first up, where he started from 9 and didn't finish in the placings, but went really well. And then every run since has been full of merit. But that run the other day, that was great. The horse on his inside was Laverageau, who's in great form.
Oh, well, Diego, who's a pacing cup winner.
Diego,
and he sat outside it, and unfortunately, Diego
That's right, he had Laverageau on his back.
Did drop out, and there was no abnormalities after the race. So hopefully that Diego's okay, but it didn't. The performance wasn't great first up, but he did have Laverageau sitting on his back.
Yeah, correct.
And then Ideal Agent carted in on the back of him, and he just looked at the 100, thought he was going to kick and hold on. But and talking to Ryan Bell, he's always had this great belief in the horse, and that this horse will make it at the top level, and he's 100% correct again there.
Certainly is, and of course Swing Band was nominated by Kevin Jevons for the...
And also Laverageau has, the last couple of weeks, really turned the corner again and shown that he's at that top level again after a couple of indifferent performances. And he's knocked in for a slot for Rams. So it's starting to take place. These slots, obviously, Senior's got a slot and will wait. To Jumpin' Jack Mac could be the one at the moment, the way he could perform. Minstrel possibly his favourite for the bonds, and they'll wait because they've got Tenzing Bromac and those type of horses. So and also Robbie Tomlinson and Regency Food, they've got a slot to produce one. So Swandu as well, yes. And Tab Touch.
Yes.
We haven't, no announcement from Tab Touch as yet as what they're doing. So there's still a few to come, but it's slowly getting there, Morts.
Look, it slowly is, but do you think Tenzing Bromac would have to go really well to knock
usurp,
because Minstrel has just been in career best form. As you said, Laverageau, the last couple of runs have just been off the charts. Swing Band, wow. So it's taking shape. It could be an incredible field and race.
Yep, indeed. All right, I think it's time to take a break. Now, Bomber's away this week, Morts.
Yes, I thought, did you sack him after?
No, did not.
Because he was up 3 units, I thought.
No. It was, he's having we're letting him have a week off this week. He said, I can't, I've worked with you for 3 weeks in a row. That's enough. I've got to have a break. So he's taking a break. But our man Ollie, who did such a good job doing the country, is going to step into the void and fill the very big shoes of Bomber for the entire show. All the tips.
I thought you would given him the old Chaminda Vast, but not to be. And
no, we're solid, Morts. You know that.
Rock solid.
You know that.
Ollie did very well first up, and we look forward to sharing his thoughts at Gloucester Park on Friday night.
Yeah, we'll hear from Ollie after the break. But as we take a break, let's listen. You'll love listening to this.
Oh, hang on, Michael.
Yeah. What have you got? The sponsor.
Yeah.
Lucky you've. See, I knew you were here for something. This segment is brought to you by the one and only Steel Blue Boots, built for comfort, made for work. Well over 700 stockists nationwide, and you can get them international. So if you are listening in New Zealand, your friends in the deep south of New Zealand, Morts, who came up to you when we were over there, you can get them in New Zealand as well. Get them everywhere. Get them in America. They're great boots. They're a mark of true skill.
Yes, well, luckily you didn't forget that, because the big fella wouldn't have been happy with you, but they are Steel Blue Boots, designed for comfort, durability and choice, and they are backed by a 30-day, 100% comfort guarantee. They really are comfortable, not just a work boot.
No.
They are just very, very comfortable, which is the key thing for any work boot. So whatever you do, Steel Blue boots are tailor-made to help you do your best.
All right.
And we know that Ross Fitzgerald does his best every Friday night at Gloucester Park.
He certainly does, investing plenty in this industry as well. And one horses who he's invested in and has repaid him many times over is the very, very good Mighty Ronaldo. He's been racing really well this time in. Hadn't won, but that all changed on Friday night when a perfectly timed run by Emily Savalco proved too good for Mighty Ronaldo.
Covers him quickly on the outside, Mighty Ronaldo. What's he got on What's Up Sunshine here, Hall Jr. around the turn? I don't think there's much there. Mighty Ronaldo has stormed up and raced away now from What's Up Sunshine. Cordero battles on. October Rain the inside, but it is all Mighty Ronaldo coming away for a brilliant win, and Mighty Ronaldo won well. Second home.
There's always a lot more in store for you at Retrovision, like Retrovision's lowest price guarantee. If you find a lower price on a same-stocked item, we'll beat it. There's our 60-day price promise, where we'll refund you 120% of the difference if you find a lower advertised price on any purchase. Plus, RAC members save an extra 5% every day of the year. After 60 years, a lot has changed, but there's still a lot more in store at Retrovision.
In that 28-4, gets away from Rockaball, trying hard from Outer Sport Major. Further back, Rascal Symington had a cheeky look around, make that 4-5 looks around. He's clear from Rockaball, Outer Sport Major the outside, but Acuto's in front. Rockaball, Outer Sport Major, Rascal the inside. Acuto does it well. Acuto wins nicely. Second home, Rockaball.
Yeah, Acuto. And we got the cash, Morts. It was one of Bomber's tips along with Mighty Ronaldo. It was good race-to-race punting there.
Bomber was very keen, Acuto. Had the draw. Big
held up for $1.85 as well.
Big 3-unit bet, so he was extremely... he was very confident all last week. 3 on Mighty Ronaldo, 3 on Acuto, and they duly saluted.
Yes, indeed it was. All right, this segment, Morts, I won't forget the sponsor.
Let's go early, Michael, so we don't forget.
This episode, Loans 1, 2, 3, car loans, debt consolidations, all your personal finance. Who do you see?
The nude nut, Steve Sell.
Yeah, loans123.com.au or 1800
100 100. Still doing things the banks can't, but didn't need Stevie last Friday night. We had a nice solid 3-unit win, and then 2 out of 3 from our man Ollie, a.k.a. Pike in the Last.
Yeah, too good. Actually, Donald Trump might need Steve Sell.
He could.
he might be the only one who could help him.
And I would say Stevie would be able to help him out too. It's only 700.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stevie, we'll sort that out. But anyway, it's time to welcome Bomber, as I said, can't join us. So it's great to have our man Ollie Cownie joining us. Ollie, welcome to the program once again.
Thanks for having me on. Big shoes to fill after Bomber tipped that one up last week. Acuto was one of the easier watches at about even money.
Yeah, certainly was. He was very, very bullish on Acuto, probably more so than any other bet. So no pressure. He's been in outstanding form lately, Ollie. So no pressure.
Ollie, we got confidence in you though.
That's why.
Don't worry about that.
I'll just do my best and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, Ollie, the options were that you did it, or Michael and I did. So
no, the options were Ollie, you did it, or we have a week off. so we thank you for coming aboard, because
that's great.
I don't think anyone wants to hear our tips for Gloucester Park on a Friday night. But we're going to have a look at 4 races as we normally do with Bomber, and we're going to kick off with race number 2, the SEFS, the Asset Finance Specialist, over the 1730 metres. And we spoke to Deni Roberts, who's driving Feeling Aces, who should be in the market. Burley Shard on its inside the pole should be almost favourite. Rock and Roll Sass has been going really well for Nathan Turvey and Gary Hall Jr. and haven't they combined to win some races? And Nathan Turvey's also got Let's Rock and Roll also in the race for Corey Peterson, and Outer Spoilt Major is also a horse that probably should be under double figures. Ollie, we haven't got a tab touch market for race number 2, but what have you got for us in race number 2?
I thought this would be a really wide open market. I thought there'd probably be a few at the top, a few similar prices. I thought Let's Get Rockin's been really good since he's come to WA. Last start he was dragged out of it. I thought he was really good in that lightning lap, still finish on late. Start prior to that, he was really good in another lightning lap. He flashed over the top after there was a bit of speed on. I think he's actually really well graded here in WA too. The company he's racing in, it's a bit easier, I think, than he was facing over East. He ran in some really quick mile rates over East and against some nice horses, and he gets in really well here. He follows out Dealing Aces, as you said, he'll probably be in the market. So I thought he'd get a really nice run early, and he'd be pretty hard to beat from there if he got the nice run into it. He just need a little bit of speed on, which I'm not sure if there's a lot of speed in this race, but any speed on, I think, will come right into it.
Well, Corey Peterson's certainly been in good form. Nathan Turvey, as you alluded to earlier on, Michael, has been training extremely well. Barrier 11, as you said, Ollie, get a nice run through there behind Feeling Aces. Only over the 1,730 metres, so nice forward spot. How do you? So race number 2, horse number 10. Try that again, Michael. Race number 2, horse number 11. Let's Get Rockin' for Nathan Turvey and Corey Peterson. What's your staking plan here, Ollie?
I think we go 1.5 units each way and just hope we get an each way price on that one. I think at worst he'll lob a second or a third, and hopefully we get some speed on and it can win. So I thought 1.5 units each way.
Well, that's 1.5 units each way.
Each way.
Okay,
haven't had too many each ways. Normally, Hayden used to like to load up on the place, so 1 by 3 or 4.
Yes.
And Bomber usually
I got a few of those here.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Well, Bomber usually goes one way or the other, but each way I'm happy with each way.
Yep.
Especially the price. Well related, Let's Get Rockin'. It's a half to Captain Ravishing.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, by Max 3,
Pretty good.
Captain Ravishing's by.
What sort of price are we looking for there, Ollie? Because there's no price up, is there, Michael?
$6 or $7 would be a decent price.
$6 or $7.
Even money the place.
Yep, right. 6 or 7, and even money the place. That would be a great way to start the night,
wouldn't it? It sure would. Race number 2 in an open race. All right, and then the next race we're going to look at. This is the WA Photon Diesel at Catalano to condition pace. It is a stand.
It is a stand, yes.
But we spoke about what a great quality stand it is.
It is,
and there's some very, very good horses going around. We do have a tab touch market for this race. So let's have a look at the tab touch market. And we've got Mega Mac at 101. Hector at $3.70, in from $4. Luca at $4.60, pretty solid from its opening quote. Navy Street at $16. Cheddar is better, $26. Mr. Mont Blanc at $26. Steal the Show. We spoke to Deni Roberts, $1.90 and favourite. Arden's Horizon at $9.50. Akuto, who won for us last week, $34. And Middle Page at $61. The stand start, the favourite is Steal the Show at $1.90. Ollie, which way are we going in race number 6?
I've got a lot of respect for Steal the Show. Obviously a really nice horse. Deni sounded really confident on the radio that he'd run a really good race. Hector, another really nice horse off the front here. He probably didn't go as well as many expected first up, but then tried really well, so he's another one that could figure. But I thought horse Arden's Horizon is going extremely well at the moment. Thought he was really good 3 runs back behind Luca, and then Meta really 2 really strong mobile races behind Jetstar, Franco Ecuador, and then Penny Tiger, and he wasn't being far at all in either. So I think he presents really good value at the $9.50 and $2.40 for a 1 by 3 type bet there. I thought there was a few on the front out wide, like Cheddar is better, that can really get away quite fast from the stand, and if one of those horses got away really quickly, then it might get a bit messy for those up on speed. So I'm just hoping there's a bit of a scramble to find positions, and then Arden's Horizon can hopefully come over the top late.
Callan Savelko has certainly had this horse going extremely well of late, and as you said, in his last couple, was up in some pretty good opposition. However, he does have very good opposition tomorrow night against Steal the Show, but going extremely well. We know he goes well from the stand, so he's going to be extremely hard to beat. Race number 6, horse number 8, Arden's Horizon for Callan Savelko. Was that 1 by 3, was it, Ollie?
Yeah, 1 by 3. I think place presents really good value there. He can win, I think, but he probably would need a few things to go his way because there are some really nice horses in this race.
All right, just on Tab Touch, the winner's $9.50 and the place market is $2.40.
Gee, that's good value, Michael.
Yep,
good value.
$2.40 for Arden. And he's the type of horse that he never runs a bad race. Like it doesn't matter the way the race is run, he's always there.
Hopefully we're not replaying that segment next week.
Indeed. Ollie, just hold the line. We're going to come back and have a look at another couple of races that you think we can find the winner in. Morts, as we do go to the break, you mentioned there was an easy win for Penny Tiger last week. Look, Penny Tiger, we mentioned the Nullarbor and how interesting it is. He's the type of horse that wouldn't be out of place simply because he's got that lethal speed, whether it be at the start, if he needs to run the gate and take a position, or if he's on the pegs and getting cover and doing no work and finishing it off. So he's the type of horse that could actually have an impact on a race like the Nullarbor.
Michael, I'd be very surprised if somebody didn't pick him up. Very surprised. He's a bit of an X factor because he does have that blistering gate speed. Who could start out wide, could start wide into the fence and really change or shape the race. So I'd be very, very surprised if somebody isn't knocking on Michael Brennan's door. Good win last week and going along nicely.
All right, let's go to the break and listen to Penny Tiger from Michael Brennan and Chris Folk. Just far too good for his opposition last week.
Giving chase. Finbar out wide is starting to wind up nicely. Jetstar just battling, and then Jack Farthing, Ardent's Horizon, Penny Tiger clear, trying to run them into the ground in the straight from Armour Einstein. Finbar has run a cracking race on the outside, and then Jetstar, but Penny Tiger well clear. Penny Tiger doing it well over Armour Einstein.
Hi, I'm Steve Sell from Loans 123. We are car finance specialists. We can help you find the loan you're looking for, your new car, and help find a home for your old one. If you want a new or used car but feel uncomfortable visiting car yards on your own, we can help and often save you money. For a stress-free way of buying and financing your next car, who do you see? Steve Sell at loans123.com.au or call 1800 100 100.
Mustang trying to burst its way into the clear, gets onto the back of Galaxy Warrior now, pushes our Shelley Beach out wider around the turn. Ira Pool is clear from Galaxy Warrior in a 28.6. Our Shelley Beach got past Illawong Mustang and then came Jackpot Joe. Our Shelley Beach is after Ira Pool. Ira Pool's in front though from our Shelley Beach over the final stages. Jackpot Joe, and late on the scene is BJ's Boy, but Ira Pool does it well. Ira Pool has raced home to win. A very good effort from our Shelley Beach.
Yeah, Ira Pool it was an apt victory. Mort's Ira Pool winning the I'm the Mighty Quinn pace for trainer Gary Hall Sr. and driver Gary Hall Jr. Yes, of course, the combination who, along with the great I'm the Mighty Quinn, won so many races. And Ira Pool, far too good. Had to take the short odds, 120, but never gave anything else a chance.
Correct, yeah, and like you said, it was fitting being the I'm the Mighty Quinn, named after I'm the Mighty Quinn. So,
who was actually at the Pinjarra Cup a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, he was, yeah.
The great
he was,
fella.
let him out. So it was very, very good.
Still in the back paddocks of seniors?
Yes. Anyway.
Yep.
Where were we at, Michael?
It's time to say this segment is brought to you by... How could we forget this place? Retrovision, your local WA electrical appliance specialist, where RAC members save an additional 5% every day on the best price.
And in fact, until the end of the month, you can save twice as much on Mitsubishi products. They make amazing refrigeration and air conditioning. So we've doubled the RAC discount on Mitsubishi air conditioning and refrigerators. So get into your local Retrovision store. There's plenty of them around, and very proud sponsors of harness racing in WA.
They certainly are. Your Retrovision, your sponsor Gloucester Park, Pinjarra, Bunbury, Busselton, far and wide here in this great state of WA.
We love it. We love harness racing.
There's plenty of red.
Yes.
There's plenty of red everywhere.
There certainly is. No, certainly love harness racing, and pop into your local store and support them, we would appreciate it.
All right, we got to press on and look at the next race that Ollie has tipped into, and it's race number 7 on the card. And let's have a look at the tab touch market. This is the CanilanoTrucks.com.au pace over the 2130 metres, and we have the wild card at $6, Mickey's Jet at $138 in favourite, Yankee Lincoln at 91, Greg Army at 101, BJ's Boy 21, Illawong Mustang 51, Beleza Nera at 31, Ideal Tomato is scratched, Post Game is outside at the front line at $20. Then we've got Shahidi at $19 inside the back, Galaxy Warrior at $12, and Ira Pool, who we just heard win the On the Mighty Quinn. Stewie McDonald jumps on at $8. Ollie, this is race number 7. We've got a short price favourite in Mickey's Jet. I get the feeling you got to find a little bit of value here and maybe find us something in the place.
No, in this one,
yeah.
I am going to go with Mickey's Jet.
Really?
I thought that $1.40 was actually really good value in this race. I thought that he has parked outside of the wild card before, and the wild card was no match. He crushed that horse and went on to win pretty easily. So I'd imagine the wild card would be taking a sit on Mickey's Jet in this race.
There we go.
That Galaxy Warrior was super the other day when it won, and then it was good again last start. But I think if Mickey's Jet finds the front, it could be a real pegs-dominated race, and I'm not too keen to take the $1.40, the wild card at play. So I think the $1.38 is really good value for Mickey's Jet because I think he'll find the front. And if he does, then he's a $1.10 chance on the front.
There you go.
Sounds like the 626 might be going on the straight-out win for Mickey Jet. Oozing confidence. Really oozing confidence does our Ollie. So race number 7, horse number 2, Mickey Jet, sounds like a fairly significant staking plan coming up here.
I would say 5 units. I think he'll lead and win.
There we go, 5 units for Mickey's Jet, and trained by Gary Hall Jr. And driven by Gary Hall Jr. this week. Tell you what, his strike rate's going all right at the moment as far as a trainer for 2024. He's got a 43% strike rate winning and 36 for places.
How's his driving going, Michael?
His driving would be pretty good considering the amount of drives he has. Let's have a look at the profile. It's just taking too long to click over.
That's all right.
But it's this training of this one that's probably going to be more important.
Yes, no. He's got a couple of nice horses that he's training and doing a good job with them. And Mickey Jet last start when he won, he really knuckled down on the turn and finished very, very powerfully. It was very impressive. So, understandably, Ollie is very confident there, and we've got a big 5 unit bet.
Big 5 unit bet on Mickey's Jet.
Yep.
All right. And we're going to finish off the card with race number 8. And as we have a look at the tab touch market for race number 8. And remember, Morts, it is the brand that funds the industry.
Certainly is.
CAB Touch. And we've got, let's have a look at this. This is the Catalano Truck and Equipment Sales over the 2130 metres. And we've got Soundwave, another one, about the same price. He's $1.38 as the previous favourite. Batavia Black Hole at $1.51, Naming Lights at $19, Rockaball 7, Cab Sav at $8, Bramante Steps at $18, Duty Bound 19, a colt named Sue at $1.51, Little Bit of Fun at $34, Alpha Prince 15, and Cavalry Call at $19. Ollie, race number 8, which way are we going?
So the likely leader here is Soundwave. He's got quite good gate speed, really good 2 back. He showed really good gate speed to lead and then was just beaten late by flying Galaxy Warrior. In this race, I think Alpha Prince will get up in behind him there. He had a similar run at Bunbury a few starts ago, and in the end, the leader tied quite badly and had to weave his way off the pegs and weave between horses, and he didn't quite get into the placings, but he wasn't being too far, and he finished pretty close to Soundwave in that race too. And And the 2500 there, he may have got a little bit tired late. I think back to the middle trip, should drive up, hold the leaders back, and from there, I think the 245 looks really good value.
$2.45 the place. So race 8, number 10, Alpha Prince for Shane Young, who was up on stage the other night.
Congratulations for Wonderful to Fly, taking out the 3-year-old filly of the year.
Great to see him up there. So Alpha Prince in race number 8, horse number 10, trainer driver Shane Young. What are we staking on this race, Ollie?
2.5 units on Alpha Prince to place. I think the only way he misses a place, I think, is either if the leader goes really poorly or he doesn't quite hold the leaders back. So the key is definitely for him to drive really hard early to hold that spot.
Yeah, agreed. Okay. Up there behind Soundwave, Hayden DeCampo on board. He'll get him out well. So if he can just hold that spot, 2.5 units the place for Alpha Prince, race 8, number 10.
All right. Ollie, you just hang on there again because we're going to come back. We've got Northam Saturday night, Bridgetown Sunday, and maybe even have a look at Albion Park, see if we can find a winner there on Saturday night as well. Mate, if you just hold on, we'll be back in a moment. Morts?
No, just going to talk about some of the country racing throughout the week. No, I'll
go for it.
Just Bunbury, we obviously had the treble for Sarah Wall and Jocelyn Young. That was amazing. It was great. And a double to Toby Lynn as well, which was great. And Pandora's Art got away well and rounded out the card. That was the last leg of the winning treble for Sarah Wall, and that was painless. That won by 15 metres. Really enjoyed Pinjarra.
Yeah, good day.
I thought it was fantastic. Steno in the Golden Girls. That was pretty convincing. Ideal Agent, as we spoke about, Swing Band win enormous, and the other race, which was quite impressive, was the one that sat on the outside. Storm the Beach. Sat on the outside of Mickey's Beach. There was about 3 or 4 races there that were decided by about a half head.
You didn't want that race over again, did you, Morts?
No, definitely not. But no, it was good.
I was having a look at the market. You got into as little as like 101 at one stage.
Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Tell you what, if someone actually chimed in at the 101 and end up getting back out to about $1.07, $1.010, which was short enough. But yeah, it was just having a look at the market trading. I was like, jeez.
No, it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And of course, there was some good racing down at Narrogin there on Tuesday night as well. So I just thought, Bunbury was fantastic for Sarah Wall to get that treble. Really good for her. And Jocelyn Young, Pinjarra, those mile races down there, very, very exciting. I really, really liked that. And it was just a great card all the way across, and enjoyed sitting back watching Narrogin on Tuesday night. Here comes Sharky, the 10-year-old, broke a very, very long losing sequence, but Emily got a double there on the first couple of races, and big win to bet the house for Chris Folk in the last race. So some great racing. Yeah, really, really good. So it's a good product all round, Michael.
All right, we're going to come back. We're going to look at Northam Saturday, Bridgetown Sunday. Now, Mort's our guest last week, Mike Reid, very entertaining. Great to have a chat to.
It was very good, yes.
And as typical, most of the weeks,
you come on the show, so Deni's.
The pressure's on Deni. But Mike, and it didn't take long for Mike to get the winner. First race, it was his best chance of the night.
Yep.
In He's Good As Gold, drawn the pole, showed gate speed, and proved too good. As we go to the break, here is He's Good As Gold for last week's guests, Mike Reid and Shannon Savalco.
After next quarter, Charco Eagle moves up to He's Good As Gold. What a heat seeker. Back on the inside. Louis LeBeau looking to work clear. Sugar Street has gone as a corner. Into the straight. He's Good As Gold in front. Charco Eagle is on the outside trying his heart out. Then came Was a Heat Seeker, and further back is Louis LeBeau, who's late on the scene. In front, He's Good As Gold though from Charco Eagle and Louis LeBeau. He's Good As Gold in front of Louis LeBeau, and He's Good As Gold has just won from Louis LeBeau, Charco Eagle, and What a Heat.
New Mazda.
Yep, I love it. We got it from Bayswater Mazda.
I keep hearing great things about them.
They're fantastic to deal with. Great people, great coffee too.
At Bayswater Mazda, you'll always be well looked after. Visit the team today and find the best drive-away deals on new Mazdas and pre-owned vehicles. Driving is better with Bayswater Mazda.
So's the coffee.
Go and see Bayswater Mazda at the corner of Guildford and Garrett Road, Bayswater. DL 25174.
Cyclone Charlotte working up around 3 Rumours, then Flame Tree, followed next by Miss Boudica, and then comes Zafira last into the straight, Lady Jador. Leader for home is Steno. Max Legacy down to the Tab Tunch sprint lane. Might have time further back, but it's all Steno. Coming clear now of Max Legacy in the closing 50. 6 of the best for Steno. No problemo. She's won the Golden Girls. All the way, Steno from Max Legacy. Cyclone Charlotte might have...
Yeah, Steno. We mentioned at the start of the show, you mentioned it again just then for Jocelyn Young, and dominating the mares at the moment. 153.6 she rated, and ended up beating Max Legacy, the stablemate, who had the good run on its back, and Cyclone Charlotte, who never runs a bad race, finished off in 3rd position, Morts.
Yep, she is going beautifully at the moment, is Steno. Just seems to be that level above, that's for sure. And Jocelyn Young is training very well and driving very well. Got a treble, but that was good. Very good win.
It sure was. All right. This segment is brought to you, Morts, by Bayswater Mazda. Driving is better in a Bayswater Mazda. You know that better than anyone else, and you can find Bayswater Mazda in Bayswater, surprisingly enough, Morts, the corner of Guildford and Garrett Roads.
That is a surprise, and if Junior gets beaten on that Mickey Jet in the 7th, I might not own it after tomorrow night. But no, love my Mazda. It drives absolutely beautiful. They are a lovely appointed car. Plenty of space inside, nice and well decked out and very fuel efficient. And of course, Bayswater Mazda, there's no better place to buy a Mazda than Bayswater Mazda. Great service, great people and great coffee. So get down there and see the team. They will look after you, Michael.
And it'll be you'll be using the Bayswater Mazda to get to Bunbury in a couple of weeks for the Bunbury Cup, which is coming up. It's at the end of the month. I tell you what, it's looking to be a great race as well. Like, really good race. And a lot of the horses will be going there on the way to the Nullarbor. And I think it'll be better than previous years. It's like the Pinjarra Cup and a really integral lead-up race now into the Nullarbor and the Fremantle Cups. And,
it's,
of course, the Bayswater Mazda will get you there. It
certainly will. As we've spoken about before, these 2 cups now add so much value to Pinjarra and Bunbury as clubs, because they are just such critical lead-up events to the Nullarbor. So it's great. We went down to the Pinjarra Cup, which was an outstanding day, and I'm sure Bunbury will turn it on and keep them on for the night down there in Bunbury. But it should be a great spectacle, because it's only 3 weeks into the just less than 3 weeks into the Nullarbor. So a critical lead-up for both these cups. So great placement.
Yeah, no, it sure is. All right. Now, we're going to get a couple of country tips off Ollie in just a moment. Now, Gloucester Park, 10 races tomorrow night, the first at 5:22, so a little bit earlier start. Make sure you get there, Morts. You and the team will be there. 10 races. The main couple of races we've got the Pro Chevalier Race 5s at 7:20, Morts. Now, then we go to Northam on Saturday night. 7 races. The first at 5:59, so virtually 6 o'clock at Northam.
So I'll have to leave home at about...
When will you, Morts?
4:30.
Calculating? 4:30.
Yep.
So you get there. And then Sunday, Bridgetown. There's 8 races at Bridgetown on Sunday. The first at 1:04. Ollie.
Now Michael.
Sorry, before we welcome back Ollie.
I've never been to... Have you been to Bridgetown? I've never been to Bridgetown.
It's Lovely Joe's home track, isn't it? Ray Jones is down at Bridgetown.
No, never been down there. Is it Cup Day, or is that coming up, Bridgetown? Because I've always watched the Cup Day.
Yeah, it is Bridgetown Cup Day. Spurs Spud, Bridgetown Cup Day.
Look forward to watching it, but no, I haven't been
$11,000 Spurs Stud. We'll find out in a second whether Ollie's got a tip into the Bridgetown Cup. Ollie, welcome back in. Thanks for patiently holding on the line while me and Morts natter to each other.
No problem.
Now, as I said, we'll have a look at Northern first. Hey, first race at 5:59 on Saturday night. What have you got for us at Northern on Saturday night?
In race 5, I thought there's a horse here that's going really well without winning. Gov Stars, he draws a really good game there for him. Just follows what I think is likely the early leader in Travel Ban. He's got decent gate speed. Gov Stars a few runs ago was flashing late in the Williams Cup behind Pocket Full of Opals, who's going really well as well. And then he was a really good run behind Luca. wasn't beaten far. It was just beaten 7 metres in a metro stand. And then really good chasing all with Mac again last start. So I think GovStars is going really, really well at the moment. If he's able to get a soft trip on the leader's back and can sort of get clear late, then I think he will be hard to beat. But I think he should be running a placing. So I'm happy to bet him 1/3, more place than win, because he's not a horse that wins often.
Okay.
And then in race 7, I thought that State My Case is racing really well at the moment. Really good win 2 back at Bridgetown, at Williams it was. Same card, World Secret won a race there, and he was also leading. So I think if State My Case was able to drive through, use his good gate speed, lead them up and then run along, it would make it really hard for World Secret to get into it. The other danger is Bethunius, who's drawn probably a bit awkwardly on the back row, but does get the services of Gary Hall Jr., so he might be able to work some magic there. But I think State My Case can get away with it on the front.
Your mate Eddie might be dirty. You're tipping against his filly.
I think he will be. He'll let me know too.
No doubt you'll get a message about Fracunius not being the on-top tip, although he might like it because he might get a better price with all your followers jumping on to State My Case or World Secret. That is Northam, race 5, number 7, 1/3, and race 7, number 3. What do you think of the confidence levels there?
I'm pretty confident in State My Case. I'd have a decent bet on State My Case to win. If it's a bit over even money, I think it'd be a really good price.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. And then we go to Bridgetown on Sunday. It's the Bridgetown Cup Day, the first of 8 races at 104. What have you got for us at Bridgetown?
Really looking forward to the Bridgetown Cup, but I'm not tipping into that race. The first one I liked was the second race, Class and Smart. Thought he was really good chasing Will Delight. A few runs got at Williams in a similar sort of race. I thought if he was able to lead there, he probably would have won. And then last start, he just got a long way back on the fence, and he battled gamely to the line late. So I thought he's got pretty reasonable gate speed, Class and Smart. There's nothing that flies the gate on the front row. So I think if he can drive up and lead, then he can give a really good side in front. I think, I'm not exactly sure what price they go up, but if you got $3 about Class and Smart, I think that would be a pretty good price for him out in front.
All right. Is that the only one for Bridgetown, or have you got any?
And then I have one in race 3 as well. So,
okay. Yep.
Copper Cote, it's been flying recently. It's just had absolutely no luck. It got caught wide off the track 2 back and battled on really gamely behind Skip and Class. He was taking ground off it, I think, right at the line, even though he just did a stack of work in the run. And then last start, he was barely on the track at all at any stage. He's from a really bad barrier. I think he draws a lot better here, drawn 2 on the back row. They get to the middle trip, so hopefully it sets up for a horse to run on and he can come over the top late. So, yeah, I think he's due for a bit of luck, Copper Cote, and he can get it here.
All right, that is Bridgetown on a Sunday. Now, Albion Park. What do you think of the card?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Friday.
Tomorrow, yeah, on Friday. I'm not exactly sure what price it'll be, but I think in race 7 there's a horse called Kickatin Along Pony that's been flying recently. Last start was dominant, raced outside the leader and put the leader away. And Love Bite, who's in this same race and has drawn the pole, has really good gate speed. It couldn't reel in Kickatin Along Pony last start off its back, so I'm not sure it'll turn the tables here. I think Kickatin Along Pony will get a really good run on the leaders back in behind them and be too strong. I think the addition of Major Jealous, who raced in strong company in Sydney, will mean that Kickatin Along Pony might get out to a better price. So I think anywhere near that even money, and Kickatin Along Pony is a really good bet.
Okay, that's race 7, number 8, at Albion Park tomorrow, and it's at 3:43 Queensland time. So, yep, there we go. That's Albion Park Sunday. Nothing Albion Park Saturday night. Ollie, thank you for joining us today and filling in the massive boots of Scott Hill. I think you've done an outstanding job finding us winners all over the place. Gloucester Park, Northern, Bridgetown and even in Albion Park, mate. Really appreciate you coming on board and, mate, thanks for filling in and yeah, we really appreciate it.
Thanks very much, guys. I'm really happy to be on.
And you're back Monday morning with, I think Leah's still here on Monday and Matt Young for Off and Pacing.
Looking forward to it.
All right, beautiful. All right, we'll let you preview Pinjarra and Gloucester Park on Monday and get all the good mails. Mate, thanks for your time and we'll speak to you next week.
Thanks very much, guys.
Good on you. Ollie Cownie there. Morts did a great job.
Did very good to come
did overtime.
Short notice. Did very well.
Yep.
As you said, went around to Gloucester Park on Friday night and Bridgetown and Northern and even up to the Banana State and Albion Park. So very good. Hopefully some winners there. He got off to a good start last week, which is what we like to see.
Yep, indeed. And hopefully he's found a few winners tonight and a bit of difference in the tips as well.
Bit of difference. Some good value there as well. Apart from the one short one, looking for some place value as well, which is really good. So plenty there for the punters to have a look at, Michael. Plenty to have a look at.
Something for everything. Mate, been a great show, Morts.
It has. Looking forward to the Pro Chevalier. I think that'll be a great race and looking forward to the Bridgetown Cup. As I said, always watch it on TV. It's one of the very few tracks that I actually haven't been to. I don't even know. I've been to Bridgetown, of course, but don't get down that way very often. But big day for them with
no
their
doubt
cup.
The club would love to see you down there, Morts.
No doubt, Michael. No, it's very good for their big cup day. So we look forward to that.
Should be a great day's racing on Sunday. So a big weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday racing.
Certainly
this
is.
weekend
Looking forward to it.
Harness racing. Good luck tomorrow night in the you've got a couple of runners going around in the Chummer, but it's really exciting to see Never Ending come back.
Yeah, we're excited. It's a nice field. There's some nice horses in there, so looking forward to the race and see how he comes back.
He's had a good break. We haven't seen him since the Derby.
Yes. Do you have to mention?
No, I didn't. No. Has he but he's had a good break. Like
he has.
Yeah,
he has. And look, Justin doesn't. Give a lot away, but I think he's reasonably happy with how he's coming along. He's got a few little tricks. Don't worry about that. He's certainly not
push button. Yeah,
he's not push button. That's for sure. And
he's certainly in the past shown that he can get really revvy, and I'd imagine that even at training he'd want to show what he can do on different occasions.
Right.
We'll leave it to the master trainer. I can tell you on Tab Touch. Since we've been on, he has firmed into $1.30. So he was like $1.32. They bet $1.50 at one stage at saying on their flux. Don't know how too many people got that.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
But he's on my flux.
Very
I can see $1.30 about Never Ending returning.
Very short. Some nice horse.
Yeah,
there is some nice horses. Lusaka.
Yeah, all as well as $3.90. Lusaka's at
well.
$9. Hotly Pursued $7.
Yeah,
he's just absolutely flying for money.
Been in great form, and it's one of those races. How they're going to settle and how it's going to go. But we look forward to it. Look forward to the Bridgetown Cup. Look forward to Sunday. Should be a great weekend of racing.
Yep, mate. Thanks for your time. Thanks to Deni Roberts. Great chatting to Deni as always. Get a great insight to her drives. Thanks to Ollie for filling in for Bomber. Hopefully Bomber is back next week for both our sakes. Yes. Thanks to Seb for pushing the buttons. Thanks for everyone for listening. Until next week, it's bye for now.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.